Hey guys, this is Sam Rajara, and this is my new podcast. This will be episode 1, and it'll be focusing on bodybuilding and a little bit about my life. Right now, I'm prepping for a show in about 12 weeks, September 24th, so it could be less whenever I upload this. I'm about 8 weeks in. Totally, it'll be about 21 weeks. It'll be my longest prep. You probably hear most preps are shorter in bodybuilding, 16 weeks, 14 weeks, 18. I've heard of 6. I've seen 6. I don't recommend it. I started my prep at 225 pounds. I'm 5'6", so to give you a reference. I need to be 170 pounds, so a 55-pound drop. Right now, I'm down to 202 this morning, or 201. The show is the Ohio State Championships on September 24th, day before the Arnold Classic. Normally, a show is on a Saturday. This time, it'll be on a Friday. So, and it's the same day as check-in. So, I'll check in and then compete later that day. It's a little tougher because you've got to make weight, and I probably am close to the weight limit when I get down to it. It'll be harder to carb up, just smaller window of time, but we'll try to do it. Last year I did the Julie Palmer in Dayton, Ohio, August 2020. I did well. I won the classic overall and checked in at 163 pounds. And so my limit's 170. So I have 7 pounds, maybe a little more if I diet a little bit harder or, playing around in the last few days with my food. So 7, maybe 10 pounds. Yeah, I won the classic overall then, and I won open middleweight. Didn't win the bodybuilding overall. No, wasn't going to. The guy was like 70 pounds heavier than me. He looked great. The reason I didn't do nationals last year was I didn't think I had enough size. I weighed 163. I had at least 7 pounds I could put on, and I wanted to be really competitive, not just do well. I mean, I think I could have made top 10. I was very conditioned, and that. But I wanted to do better for nationals. Try to potentially get that pro card. I'm not going to call this channel or episode Road to Pro because I don't really care for that phrase. I know some guys do. I think it's kind of cocky, but hey, kudos to you if you get your pro card while saying Road to Pro. I think it's a little corny. And bad luck. And so I've done 5 shows so far. I've won 5 overalls. I've made it to 5 overalls. Definitely not 1. I've only won 1. Hopefully I win another one this coming September. I don't actually need to do anything to qualify for nationals. I already am from last year. But I wanted to warm up, come in tighter, and have an extra few weeks. I'll have actually like 11 weeks between that show and September 24th and like December 18th when nationals is. It's like 10 or 11 weeks, so I'll have more than a few weeks to get better. It might be exhausting, but whatever. I gotta do what I gotta do. So this may be the first time I only do classic physique. In the past, I've always done classic physique in bodybuilding. I did 5 shows so far. My first show was in 2017. I did two in 2017, 2 in 2018. Took 2019 off, then did 2020 last year. I've done overall pretty well. There tends to be less competition because I'm a shorter guy, and I'm on the end of a bell curve, so. You've got the average height for men, 5'10", and you've got the shorter guys and the taller guys. So there tends to be less guys. I'm not going to credit myself on having, more competitors. I've had a class with 0 competitors in 2017 or 18. I didn't realize I won my class automatically because they placed me in Group A. I was by myself with Group B, so I was thinking I had to beat all these tall guys. So I worked my ass off. I think I did look pretty good against a lot of them. I had maybe a little more experience. Went to the overall, automatically by default. Did not win that. Oh well, I look pretty good, even for just automatically winning my class. I've had everything from 0 competitors to about 10 or 12 competitors. Um, my worst placing was fourth at the Ohio State in 2018 in classic physique. I think there was 10 or 12 competitors. It was a tough one. And that was 2018. I won, I think, welterweight open bodybuilding. So I guess kind of doing Ohio State again will be maybe a comeback to try to do better since I got fourth. So I'm doing that, and then 11 weeks later, I'll try to do nationals in Orlando. Hopefully win. I'd like to not do nationals a second time. Um, let's see. I started working out in 2007 at 19 years old. I'd never been to the gym before. I was a nerd. I still am a nerd, by the way. Uh, I had never worked out before. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, you want to go to the gym with me?" And I put down my Xbox controller, and I never stopped working out. I really liked it. At the time, I was, reading magazines and reading forums and articles online. New YouTube was kind of new, I think, back then. Uh, so there wasn't a lot of people, a lot of videos on working out. Now there's hundreds, thousands, too many. Uh, I remember watching videos on a guy named Scooby, bald guy who lived in Florida, who did a lot of home workouts. That was interesting. Now looking back at that, I wonder if anybody else knows him. Leave a comment if you do. Um, I weighed about 125, 130 when I started working out. I was a skinny guy. And the only sports I ever played before that was really, I played a little bit of everything, but not that seriously. I played tennis. I played, um, yeah, I mean, all the other sports I played, I was like 12 years old, 13 years old, nothing serious. I did play in high school the Xbox a lot. I mean, 6 hours a day on the weekdays, 8 hours, 12 hours on the weekends. That's all I did. Somehow I managed to do well in school. Maybe I was a little gifted in the brain. But now I hardly play. I don't have a console anymore. I do have a Nintendo Switch. I kind of got into Pokemon while in prep one year. I was playing the Game Boy, and because I could play on the cardio machine, the bike machine, and then I kept playing, and now I play Pokemon and Nintendo Switch in my free time. It's really great for COVID, because there were online tournaments that could take like 10 hours a day for a few bucks. My personal lifts, I guess if anybody's interested, I've deadlifted 585 pounds for 2 reps. I've done it for one a few times. Um, my squat, the other day I got 495 with some assistance. That's 5 plates. I did have a little bit of help, but I can easily get 455 on my own on a good day. In bench, I've benched 315 on a barbell bench, flat bench, 2 or 3 times. I don't like it. That I've probably done a little more. I don't really remember. The other day, I got 125-pound dumbbells for 4 reps on flat bench. I prefer dumbbells. I've done a little bit more, but it's been a while. I don't. Bench isn't the highlight of my day. If you look at my Instagram, you would see I hardly ever put benching stuff, chest stuff. I'll put lots of deadlift. Speaking of that, my Instagram is sj.hammer. It's a little take off my nickname I got as a kid, Sammer the Hammer. Yeah, that is the actual nickname. I got it in 7th grade, or sixth grade, or no, 7th grade, from my math teacher. Completely unrelated to bodybuilding or anything like that. Just the nickname, Sammer the Hammer. It rhymes. I like it. That is my license plate with Hammer. What else? Injuries. I've had no real injuries in the gym. I did have some major injuries when I was 14. I broke my forearm wrestling in middle school, or trying out for wrestling. It was like day 2 of practice, and I fell back and caught myself wrong and broke my arm. Then later that year, in the summer, I cut my hand. You see that gnarly scar and these little scars, all with a glass window, a single pane glass window. At the age of 14, uh, glass broke 2 bones and cut 7 tendons between both hands. So broke my arm, then my hand, all within 6 months. After the hands, I had to get nine months of physical therapy. I did the first surgery, the day of or the day after. They reconnected all my tendons and did their magic and to save my hands, because you kind of have to do that pretty quick, as far as I know. 24 hours or 48 hours before stuff starts dying. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know that exactly. But then I had to get a second surgery because I had limited mobility in my hand. I couldn't bend these set of knuckles. So much scar tissue had built up around built up around the tendons. I couldn't, bend these knuckles. But then the second surgery gave me that mobility. It's a little wonky, but it does the job. I do deadlift with straps. There's no way I'm picking up that much without them. I could deadlift about 315 for 1, 2, maybe 3 reps without straps, but I mean it's slipping. When I first started working out, just doing curls, the dumbbell would start slipping in my hand. Not just I didn't have the grip strength. In any sort of pulling exercise, my grip strength was shit. But it's getting better, it has gotten better, a ton better. Right after injuring my hand, I could barely turn on a light switch, couldn't use the bathroom by myself. I was 14 years old. It sucked. Right going into high school, I had to learn a new way to write. Let me grab a pen and show you. I don't have any pen, but I'll grab my back scratcher here. Instead of writing like this, I was writing like this. Had to learn a new way to write. I can write normally again. But that's only a real major injury. Nothing else. Hopefully no more. No injuries in the gym. And that's about it. I'm about to go work out. It's back day. I'd like to deadlift more than 5 plates. I don't know if it'll happen this far into prep. One highlight, last year was the only time I ever deadlifted triple my weight. I weighed, I don't know, 167, and I deadlifted 495, something like that. It was just over triple my weight, so that was pretty cool. I don't know a lot of people can. I hope to see you on the next one. Check out my Instagram, and like and subscribe. See you guys later.